Henry Builds a Cabin by D.B. Johnson. Henry builds a cabin. One spring day, Henry decides to build a cabin. He borrowed an axe and cut down 12 trees. Henry cut the logs into square beams. He notched the bottom beams to fit into corner posts. The corner posts fit into ceiling beams, and the ceiling beams fit into roof beams. In April, his friend Emerson helped raise the beams. The work made him hungry. "Henry," he said, "your cabin looks too small to eat in." "It's bigger than it looks," says Henry. And he led his friend to a bean patch he had planted behind the cabin. "When it is finished, this will be my dining room." In May, Henry bought an old shed and took it apart. He nailed the boards on the door, the floor, and the walls of his cabin. Henry was nailing the last board when his friend Alcott arrived. "Henry," he says, "your cabin looks too dark to read in." "It's brighter than it looks," said Henry. And he led his friend to a sunny spot beside the cabin. "It is finished. This will be my library." In June, Henry put a door in front. Then he used 2 used windows on the side walls. He bought old shingles for the roof and walls. Henry was nailing the last shingle when Miss Lida peeked in the window. "Henry," she said, "your cabin looks too small to dance in." "It's bigger than it looks," said Henry. And he led her to the front of the cabin, where a path curved down to the pond. "When it is finished, this will be the ballroom with a grand stairway." On the 4th of July, Henry moved into his cabin. He ate beans in his dining room. He read in his library and danced down the grand stairway to the pond. When it started to rain, Henry ran back into his cabin. "It's bigger than it looks," he said. "This is just the room I wear when it is raining." The end.